Hey guys, so today I want to do a review on one of the most interesting and unique books I have ever read, and that is The Princess Bride. I've seen this book around for so long and I just never picked it up, and I didn't realize that I had actually watched the movie in 7th grade. My English teacher showed it to us. I remember that there was a character that kept saying inconceivable, and another character that kept saying, "You killed my father, prepare to die," and I just thought it was hilarious. When Borders closed down, or right before they closed down, The Princess Bride was in the bargain section for like $1, and I never picked it up. I don't know why. But my man bought it for me, and, well, he bought it for himself, and he encouraged me to read it, and I really like it. What's different about the writing is that the narrator kind of comes and goes whenever he wants, and it's written in italics like that, so you can actually skip over all of the italics, and you really wouldn't be missing anything. I skipped over it. You never find out when this takes place. I mean, I'm not quite sure how they can say in parentheses that this was before Europe, and then within a few pages later it says this was after Paris existed, so I think it's meant to just kind of be silly that way. I don't know. Like I said, once you, I guess, open your mind and accept the book, the writing style for what it is, it really is pretty funny. So I'll do a quick character synopsis covering some of the more major characters. We've got Buttercup, and she actually reminds me, in the beginning, she reminds me a lot of Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls, because she's like a tomboy. She likes to ride her horse, named Horse, and she didn't wash her hair. She was just kind of gross, and she just enjoyed her life, and she wasn't looking to be the most beautiful woman. So then there's also Farm Boy, which his name is Wesley. Then later you meet 3 men. That's Fezzik, Inigo, and Vizzini. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think these 3 characters add a lot of humor to the story. They seem like the ultimate bad guys for a while, but they're actually not. Just, they're more three-dimensional than you think when you first meet them. I can't really decide what genre this book is, because there's a lot of adventure, there's a lot of action, there's a little bit of fantasy, because it gets to be quite magical toward the middle-ish end, so I'm not sure where to put this, but it reminds me a lot of The Hobbit, the way it's written, because there's this journey, they're all trying to survive together, there's humor, there's heartbreak, it's just so much going on, but it works. In this story, Buttercup's character develops the most. You meet her as this little naive girl who's just doesn't care about anything but having fun riding her horse, and then you watch her as she becomes a woman, and she learns about love. She knows nothing about love when you first meet her. There are so many obstacles placed before her that she has to kind of grow and mature in order to survive. The goal here is for Wesley and Buttercup to live their happily ever after. This isn't a fairy tale, but I'm just saying that's the goal. They want to be together. And Wesley sets off to find a better life for the both of them. Some crazy things happen, and there's a lot of miscommunication going on, and then, so now Buttercup is doomed to marry Prince Humperdinck, who doesn't love her, and she doesn't love him back. So now Wesley has to find a way to kidnap Buttercup back, and they're going to somehow try to live their lives together. Of course, the prince wants Buttercup to himself, and he's not going to make things easy for them. And his way back to Buttercup, that is the journey that you're following. And I can't really go into that in depth without giving too much away, so I won't. You'll just have to read it and find out for yourself. Overall, I give this book 4 out of 5 stars. It's hard for me to give it 5 out of 5 stars, even though it was so well written, it's so unique. But because the author was, I guess, so good at describing and creating this world and these characters, that Buttercup's character was very believable, and I really did not like her. I hate that damsel in distress kind of character, and I wish all those characters would just die, because I don't like them at all. I really like Wesley. I really like almost all the characters. Yeah, except for I didn't like the prince, but I liked everyone else. And Buttercup's kind of character, no matter what book I'm reading, I will never be a fan of the damsel in distress. Another thing that I didn't like about the story is that those torture scenes were just too much for me. I hate torture, I hate violence, I hate pain, so it was just a struggle for me to get through that. I actually put the book down for 2 days and I didn't want to go back to it. Once you get over it, it's pretty fast-paced. Well, it was fast-paced the whole way through, but I just kind of came to a standstill and where I didn't read it at all because it was so disturbing. And I mean, it's not even that bad, but for me, I'm just very wimpy and I can't stand torture. Yeah, so 4 out of 5 stars, but for those of you who don't mind torture, you might probably give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I recommend this book to anybody, with the exception of 2 times in the story where they have profanity. I would say it's appropriate for all ages, younger readers, more mature readers. It's very exciting, and it's, even though it jumps around a little bit, it's still quite easy to follow, and it's just a very smooth read. It's really a page turner. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!